Money and wealth can be such a taboo conversation, right? Something like people in relationships don't even talk about, or you don't talk about with your friends, or if you work in corporate, it's like, don't talk about your salary. And we just want to kind of decentralize that conversation. And every single person, every single day is dealing with this, right? It's a part of everyone's life that we're all working with. So we are excited to share the 7 lessons or secrets that we got from the Wealth Mastery training with Tony Robbins. Awesome to have you guys joining us. Please feel free to leave comments or questions as we go through this live today. We want to keep it super open and just be really transparent and real with you guys as we jam.
I would love, if you're here, actually take notes. Take notes like you're going to teach this to everyone to your partner, to your friends. Really, we're going to go there. This isn't going to be some generic over the top. Let's go there. Let's really shift the needle on all of our wealth mindsets and wealth creation, okay?
So the first thing we want to talk about is, when it comes to this conversation of money or wealth, a huge part of this is so many of us quickly go to budgets or investment strategies or how do I make more money or whatever. And the first thing we want to say is that, 80% of your success towards creating wealth is going to be about your psychology, right? And your money mindset. So what do we actually mean by that? We're talking about your consciousness and your relationship with money. So is it that you feel guilty about wanting money? Right? Because with that level of guilt, you're never going to attract more.
Do you feel guilty about spending money? Then money will feel guilty for even being in your environment.
If you're like, I'm not worthy of having this much wealth, etc., that's going to be money is just an energy and a frequency, and it's definitely not going to come towards you if you're like, I'm not worthy of money. One of the most common thing around the psychology of money is people being like, I'm not a good steward of money, right? I can't look after money. I get rid of it as quick as it comes in, and this is a really important part of our wealth consciousness to rewire that actually, money's safe with me, and it's okay for money to come towards me and me to look after it. This is huge. Your money mindset is everything. So I went on a big journey with this because one thing for me that I struggled with was I felt really guilty for wanting more wealth, and I also thought it wasn't a very spiritual thing. I was like, oh, shouldn't you just be of service? I love impact. I love contribution. And we see this a lot in philanthropic worlds and things. It's like, just be of service and don't want for any money. And the truth is, unless you put your oxygen mask on first, you can't support anyone else, right? So you really have to be able to bring and work through those belief systems so you can create wealth for yourself and feel okay about that. And the more you do that, the more you're going to be able to contribute, whatever that means to you.
Because money really, the way we buy and the way we sell things is we're casting a vote for the world we want to live in. And money expands who you are. So if you're a jackass and you get millions of dollars, you become a big jackass.
Yes.
If you care about the planet, if you care about environmentalism, and you get a lot of money, then you can start supporting buying electric cars. You can start supporting the local organic grocery businesses when they're starting out and they're horrendously expensive, because you can vote for the world you want to live in.
So we want to be able to start circulating this money in the way that feels right for you and get this kind of wealth into the right hands, right? Which is you guys who care about the world and you care about the planet, you care about supporting others. And so it's about, cool, I need to sort my consciousness with wealth and with money so that I can do just what Dee said, circulate my money in a way that feels good for me, for the world.
Now, we've all heard the analogy of how young people have all the time, but they have no money. And then the old people who have all the money, but they have no energy and they may have time. The whole energy time thing? Because this is really getting clear as well there's more to wealth than just money. In fact, money from the 7 levels of wealth is near the bottom at maybe number 6 or number 5. The number one, the very first priority, if you want to generate wealth in your life in all areas, is starting with your health, with you, your physical body. If that's not wealthy, if that's not abundant, if that's not flowing, nothing else will flow. And this is really getting precious and really focused on that you matter, your body matters, your health matters. And then next above that, the second level of the 7 levels of wealth is your emotion and meaning.
Purpose, right? Doesn't matter how much money you've got. If you don't love what you do, if you don't wake up inspired, if you don't feel connected to the world and the people around you, then it doesn't matter.
It's pointless.
So wealth is more than just money. It's your health. It's your physicality. It's your depth. It's your emotions. It's your purpose. It's the time, right? Doesn't matter if you make a whole bunch of money and you don't have any time to enjoy it. Again, what's the point? So when we're talking about wealth, we're talking about a way more holistic view than money. Money is a resource, right? It's an access to those things. So something that's really important if you find yourself wanting more money or seeking more money, you need to get really real about, do I have wealth though? Do I have wealth in the areas that matter most? Time,
relationships,
health, right? So really that was a huge point in the seminar that we jammed on, was really looking at this, because there are millionaires and there are billionaires who don't have any of that, and they are not wealthy.
The top tier, the top priority, or the top best, highest level of wealth, I should say, is the ability to contribute. That is the greatest gift that wealth can bring anyone. And this is also understanding of your level to create income is about the level at which you want to give to the world, because life supports that which supports life, right? Diversity of the environment is the same with diversity of our wealth creation. So the more you can contribute, the more value you can give to the world, the more all of these 7 areas of wealth will expand for you.
So it's really important what Dee just said as well, is what's your why for wanting money?
Why?
Money goes where it's wanted. So today we're going to jam, like we said, we've already covered a couple of the points. For anyone joining us, we're going through 7 tips from Wealth Mastery that we just did with Tony.
7
Secrets.
Not anymore though.
You know, learning from some of the most phenomenal billionaires, millionaires, all these incredible people who have mastered this area of life, right? It's a fundamental area of life that we all have to deal with. So we just want to give you guys this information, take and leave whatever resonates for you. We got so many nuggets. We've been through a couple already. First thing is your psychology of money, which if you haven't done our money mindset program, you've got to get over there and do the Untapped Money Mindset program. It's all about rewiring that relationship with money, right?
Still got 5 more concepts we're going to go through. And yes, this is recorded. We'll drop it as an IGTV later this afternoon.
Yeah. Then we want you to look at and really take a moment to define, do you have wealth? Do you have those time? Do you have the emotions? Do you have the depth in your relationship? Do you have purpose and meaning, right? We are going to jam on money though, because we did learn a lot about money, and we love money.
So when we ask people and any of our clients to do with money, we say, how much money do you need? And they go, I don't know, $10,000 a month. I don't know, $1 million. Then I can then I can be happy. But where has this number actually come from? Where has this number you need to be financially secure actually come from? So it comes to this crucial matter of, what is your true critical mass? What is the true level of wealth you actually need to meet 4 specific milestones? The 4 or 3 primary goals of wealth creation of what you should achieve.
Financial security
is number 1.
What's the number that you need in order to actually pay for your expenses and have financial security?
So envision you've built up your, say, investment portfolio with shares, where the return on that is then covering all of those expenses. And it's not about necessarily drawing that money from the investment and living off it, but it's about the psychology behind it. The return to yourself, knowing that your basic needs are completely forever taken care of.
Because we all talk about this financial freedom, right? A lot of people want financial freedom. I don't want to have to work and whatever, and that's great. But the question is, what does that actually mean to you? How much do you actually need to be able to have that, right? And the number is different for everyone. So in the seminar, and Dee and I have done this before the seminar as well, working out actually what is that number, right? Specifically, like, what is the number you need for financial security, financial independence, and financial freedom? And that's really important. And then from a strategy level, and this is getting a bit more technical here, that's when you get to the critical mass. And for us, we focus on investments, and it's investing enough that you can live off the cash or the dividends off those investments, right?
And rather than thinking, oh, but I want a multi-million-dollar home and I want all of these things X, Y, Z, this is about where you are now, where your current income is now. So then you can adjust and pivot as your income grows and your life changes as you get older. So for now, your financial security could be, cool, I need $12,000 a year and I will be financially secure. And you start there. Yes, money expenses will increase as perhaps you get mortgages or you have children or whatever. But for now, start where you are. And what you will find is that that investment goal is probably not as far off as you think. It could be like 4 years away if you really invest this, say, a 10 or 20% of every bit you earn.
Yeah. And when you do that process and you start to figure out, okay, cool, this is what financial freedom, that's when you start to get connected to that deeper why that we were talking about. This is not just about nice houses and cars and things. This is about what are you going to do with that wealth, right? If you really want to generate income and money in your life, what are you going to do with it? You're going to contribute it. You're going to retire your parents. Are you, like, what is this going to allow you to do? Because no one's really money motivated, in all honesty. Money's just a neutral energy. So no one's really like motivated by it. People want it. It's a means to an end. It gives us the access to be able to create something out in our life. So you want to get really connected to that. And you want to stay connected to that every day. It's like, cool, actually, this is why I am investing 20% of my salary. This is why I am learning about the stock market. This is why I'm learning about crypto, like, because it's going to enable me to do X, Y, and Z.
Think about this from even the lower levels, right? Most of the male clients I work with, when they are our solo men, wealth is for sort of XYZ and they sort of struggle to get over that 6-figure mark. But all of a sudden, the idea of children comes into play, and all of a sudden they have something to provide for. It expands, it grows. And then maybe another kid comes and it expands and it grows. And then all of a sudden they get involved in a charity they want to support. And then their purpose of earning money becomes outside of their family, in their community. And then it just keeps growing into philanthropy and it expands. And the reason, the why behind you generating wealth then completely expands, and you will then attract more of it naturally.
And this is huge for us. Like, the more we expand ourselves, we're like, cool, now we're going to be able to contribute this. Now we're going to be able to contribute that, right? And we've opted, like, as relatively young people, we've opted to be like, cool, we're going to really knuckle down. We're going to live relatively frugally, and we're just going to invest until we hit that critical mass, and then we're set up for those milestones we were talking about.
We've been so hypnotized by the now-nows.
Yeah, I just want to now. Or some people are like, it seems so far away, and the best time you can start is now.
Well, the best time was tomorrow. The second best is now.
Right. So many people are like,
yesterday.
I don't make enough money yet, or it seems so far away, it just seems like unattainable. And I just want you to catch that thought and be like, actually, you know what? I'm starting this process now. I'm setting myself up with my investments, my portfolio, because I want to be able to create that critical mass at the end. And you get compounding over time when you start investing now, right? It's not about timing the market and trading shares and all those things. It's about time
in the market.
Sooner the better. So one other thing I hear a lot, and obviously, we go through money mindset in our HPW programs and our business accelerators. Every single place in our programs, we cover this work, because what we saw is like people have a vision or they have a business idea or whatever. And then the very next thing is this conversation of money. So we're like, cool, let's deal with it. Let's enable people to have the tools. We keep upskilling so we can share that with our people too. And one thing I hear people say a lot is, how do I get more money? How do I make more money, right? And there are options, right? You can start a business, right? And if you are in business and you're watching this, the most important thing you can think of is money is a byproduct from adding value. The more, it's an energy, right? It literally is an energy exchange happening there. So the more value you add to the world, the more you're going to be compensated financially. So if you're in business, your question is not how do I make more money? Your question is
how do I add more value?
Right? What do my clients need? How do I focus on the external and contribution and service, and what do my clients need? How can I add more value in their life? And then you will be financially compensated.
And this really does come down to that other fundamental of business is fall in love with your clients, fall in love with your customers, and add more value to them like no one has ever added value to them before.
If you're in corporate, because I get this a lot with my clients, it's like, oh, but I don't have a business, and I don't even know if I want a business. If you're in a corporate organization, what you want to do is you want to think like an owner, right? If you want to add more value to your company, start thinking like you own that company. And eventually, you'll be on a salary and be getting those bonuses like nothing else, right? Nothing better than for an employer to be like, oh my gosh, this employee is just like rocking it, thinking about growth, business development,
marketing, innovation, all of it. Envision being in a corporate job and just openly sharing on LinkedIn, marketing how amazing your company is. They will love you. They'll probably give you a raise, go, oh my God, we're getting free amazing marketing from our amazing employee. Think like an innovator. How might you bring the culture together? Use your own unique skills and personality to enhance your whole company you work for, and you'll add more value, and you'll be significantly rewarded for it.
And a huge part why we believe in personal growth and investing in yourself is because the more you invest in yourself as an asset personally and growing and expanding in all these areas, whether it's health or wealth or
communication,
whatever
productivity, relationships,
personal growth, is that's the more value, right? You're going to be able to give to the world, the more value you're going to be able to add to your workplace, to your clients, etc. So you are an asset. Yes, invest in shares, crypto, property, whatever else you want to invest in, diversify those, but you're an asset.
How can you renovate yourself to be even more glorious?
So, and the last top tip, is
secret.
really secret, not tips. Is really the structures for review, right? It's like, so you're, okay, cool. You've done your psychology around money. You've got those numbers set up. You've got that critical mass invested. You know, you can live off whatever to create
You're
financial
building it,
freedom.
so you may not be there, you know.
You're adding value to all the people around you in your workplace, and then it's the structures and systems for review. And that can look like, for us, we do monthly reviews, like looking at our accounts, looking at what we've spent. We also have investment reviews where we actually, you know, some people just let their investments tick away, which is awesome, but your life circumstances change, fees change on things, and actually having a process to be like, oh, I'm going to sit down and review my portfolio, look over that, see if this is still the right strategy, if I could reduce this here or increase that there. And, you know, obviously this is huge if you're in business and your expenses, and actually starting to systematically review your investment strategy.
How do sports teams win games, right? They have timeouts and they all come together and they look at what's happening, look at what's happened, and then they get back on the court and adjust and pivot and win the game. And that's what we have to look at it with our wealth as well, and our wealth creation, is measure what matters. And this stuff matters.
So hopefully you followed these instructions and you took some notes, but the most important thing is that you take action.
Yes.
So take what you learned here and go do something with it. Right? Start your investment portfolio. Go grab the money mindset program and start working through your wealth consciousness, right? Literally start to work through this stuff and get the support you need in this area of life. It's a fundamental area of life, and we know that the why is bigger than just wanting nice cars or houses, right? Most people that we've worked with, it's something so much deeper. It's contribution. It's a sense of that true wealth of time or whatever you're seeking. So give yourself the gift, invest in this area, spend time, energy, and effort in this area, because it is so worth it. It's really one of, for me, this whole healing and relationship with money has been one of the most healing spiritual journeys I've ever been on, because, you know, money's an energy. It's a frequency that's moving through the world, and it can be mastered. There are fundamental principles that we ran through some of today. So excited. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys later. Go create some wealth, you know, remembering that wealth
all
is
7 areas,
all things,
not just
the money,
time,
all the
relationship.
So you can truly enjoy your life with that wealth mastery, and we'll see you guys soon.
Love your work, team.
Thanks.